Welcome to Business Middle East. In this special edition, we focus on the oil market following the latest OPEC meeting. Black gold price is no longer shimmering as the producer cartel said it will not cut output to reverse a dramatic fall in prices. Gulf countries played a key role in that decision. Producers and oil companies face further challenges from slowing economic growth, leading to declining demand along with rising production of U.S. shale oil. The question now is, can OPEC get what it wants from this policy of keeping prices low? Our report comes from Euronews correspondent Rayhana Mizhari, who covered the meeting.
OPEC's decision not to cut oil production heralds a new era. Despite economic weakness, particularly in Europe and China, the oil ministers of its 12 member countries decided to keep pumping at the current 30 million barrels per day. As expected, crude prices promptly tumbled to their lowest in 5 years. There was a clear division at the OPEC meeting. Countries such as Venezuela, Libya and Iran, who were hurting from low prices, favoured cutting output, while Gulf states such as Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait insisted it remain unchanged. Saudi Arabia's oil minister convinced the others that OPEC is at serious risk of permanently losing market share to shale oil producers in the United States. He believes the best way to fight back is by keeping prices low to undermine the US producers' profitability, as shale oil is more expensive to get out of the ground. Our correspondent at the meeting in Vienna said, "It appears that Gulf Cooperation Council countries, led by Saudi Arabia, are ready to accept the sharp drop in oil prices by not reducing production to achieve several objectives. Some analysts say those objectives include the strong future financial returns that would come from raising their market share, as well as achieving certain political goals."
For further insight, we join Noureddin Al-Hamouri, Chief Market Strategist at ADE Securities in Abu Dhabi. So, Noor, how low could crude oil price go?
Yeah, well, the last week closed well below $65 in West Texas crude and below $70 in Brent crude. Looks very negative on the short, or both on the short and the medium term. With no interventions by the producers and the slowing down in the global economy, the prices are likely to continue to decline further in the next few weeks and in the next few months. Meanwhile, the $60 is possible in West Texas crude, and the $65 in Brent is also possible.
What are the potential scenarios for the oil market now?
Yeah, well, it's going to be data dependent. The further economic weakness from Asia, including Japan and China, in addition to the weakness in Europe, all these factors are likely to keep the prices under pressure in the next few weeks and in the next few months.
Gulf countries seem relaxed despite the falling price. What plan do they have to cope with reduced income for what could be quite long time?
Yeah, well, for now, yes. The Gulf area in specific has a decent amount of reserve. Therefore, declining prices won't be a big issue on the short term, at least. However, on the longer term, the government could be forced to cut the spending and may raise taxes. However, they are raising the export prices toward Asia right now, and this is another short-term solution amid of the current geopolitical tension in the region.
There are also political aspects in play here. What are they, Noor?
Yeah, well, you can't disconnect politics from the oil prices. There are a lot of talks right now that the world is weighing on Russia through oil prices because, you know, declining oil prices may force the Russians to revise their policies, at least of what happened in Crimea and Ukraine. So right now the decline could have some impact on the exporters in Russia. However, the main reason again behind the decline in the oil prices is basically the slowing down in the global economy, especially China, Japan and Europe.
Thank you, Noor, for this insight.
Thank you for having me.
That's all for this edition of Business Middle East. Don't forget you can share your thoughts on this topic via Euronews Business Facebook page. Thanks for watching. Have a nice week.